story of Abraham and Isaac in Genesis. And Mormons love this story. They'll go to James chapter 2 where it says, Abraham was justified by his works when he offered Isaac his son on the altar.
Yeah.
And what I've come to realize is there's two ways to use the word justified.
Yeah.
And one of those is vindicated. As in that guy's wife was justified in slapping him. He deserved it, that kind of a thing. And so I really believe that that's what it's talking about. Abraham was vindicated by his works when he offered Isaac his son on the altar. It proved that he had faith.
Before men, too, it says.
Before men, too. Yeah. Because a faithless person wouldn't have gone and sacrificed what was most dear to him on the mountain. And then it says that, and it was fulfilled, which says he believed God. And it was counted to him for righteousness. And that's way back in Genesis 15 before Isaac's even born. And so I start realizing, okay, so he was righteous before he did this act.
His believing in God is when God imputed righteousness to him.
Right.
His vindication, or his justifying showing before men, was his act of sacrificing his son.
Yeah, and this is where it gets really good, okay? So Mormons will say, well, we're keeping our ordinances because we trust God and because this is the path he set up for us to follow. But if you look closely at the Abraham and Isaac story, Abraham received a promise of all this posterity, and the means by which he was supposed to receive that was Isaac. And so when God tells him to sacrifice Isaac, he is telling Abraham to sacrifice the means of that promise and to instead trust him, the promise giver, and that it will still be fulfilled. And Abraham goes and does it. And so Mormons are missing the point when they try to say it was his works that justified him. It's like, no, it's because he's trusted in the giver of the promise more than what he thought the means of the promise were.
That's really good.